Okay, imagine a healthcare experience where every interaction feels customized for each and every patient, with no more extra work for your team. It is possible. No more generic newsletters, spammy SMS, or appointment reminders, but a perfectly customized patient experience. Hi, I'm Laurent, one of the co-owners of Oxygen, an award-winning HubSpot marketing agency based out of the UAE, Hong Kong, and China. Today, we're going to be looking at tools like HubSpot and how they can help medical practices stay ahead. So pretty much every medical practice will have some kind of internal CRM for patient records. The problem is that a lot of these do not have much marketing automation features built into them, and if they do, they're pretty basic. I find that most medical providers are usually using a third-party tool like Pipedrive or maybe even MailChimp to send out email newsletter campaigns and patient reminders, that kind of thing. They're not too bad. They don't usually integrate very well with the internal patient record system, and they're usually not HIPAA compliant. For example, MailChimp is not HIPAA compliant. So it's probably not a good place to be storing any kind of patient data or information like that. And this is where HubSpot comes in. HubSpot in the past was not HIPAA compliant and not traditionally used for the medical industry. We have had a few clients that have been using HubSpot for years and had really good results with it, but it has had its challenges. Now, just in the past few months, HubSpot has released some new updates and is now HIPAA compliant and has PHI private health information inside of it. So we can have encrypted data for patient records and more sensitive data stored within the system without causing any issues. There are two new types of data here. So there is sensitive information and highly sensitive information. Both have an extra layer of encryption, which is great for cybersecurity purposes. And both allow you to set permissions to ensure that only certain people have access to see this level of settings. If it is sensitive data, that means we can use it within marketing campaigns. So for example, you can see here how it's been used in an example from HubSpot. If it is highly sensitive information, that information cannot be used in marketing campaigns. So it can be stored within the system, but it's pretty much useless for marketing purposes. So what does this mean for marketing? It basically means we can do a lot more than we could do before. In the past, it was pretty hard to have a campaign. Let's say if someone was enrolled in a hospital's pregnancy services, it was difficult for us to be able to target that patient with pregnancy material or even, maybe after their pregnancy pediatric material, because we were not putting information into the marketing tool that allowed us to understand that that patient had been enrolled in those services. Now we can do that safely, securely, without having that data shared amongst people in the CRM who shouldn't be seeing that information. So we can lock that down now. And it goes much further than that. If a practice is completely on HubSpot, so they're using the marketing tool, they're using the content management tool, which is the website side of things as well. You can think of it as HubSpot's version of WordPress. It allows us to customize patient experience based on their history at the clinics and their interactions with the website. So for example, I could change the pop-ups on a website to be specific to a patient who had used a certain service at the hospital. I could enroll a patient in a patient referral program if we had known that they have given a positive NPS survey feedback in the last 30 days. There's a lot we could do with this. In terms of integrations with other tools, with WhatsApp, there's a huge amount we can do with HubSpot now. It really does allow us to automate a lot of the interactions that would otherwise take the front desk a lot of time to do every day, asking the same questions, are you an existing patient? Have you been here before? What's your date of birth? All of this information can be automated upfront to make a much smoother experience for both the patient and the front desk, saving everybody time. The other thing a tool like HubSpot can bring to the table is transparency, and a level of transparency that I guarantee does not exist in most medical practices. Most businesses would not be able to tell you, for example, what their return on investment was for that Facebook campaign they ran, that email that they did 3 weeks ago, the blog that they posted 6 months ago. They wouldn't be able to tell you a value of what that is worth to the business. With HubSpot and the tools within it for reporting and tracking, we can tell all of that now. It's very clear from start to finish, even before a patient converts on their very first form that they fill in on the website to book an appointment or subscribe to a newsletter. HubSpot is tracking their IP address, it's tracking how they use the website, how many times they visited, which pages they've clicked on. And then maybe 6 months down the line, after a patient has finally converted and gone on to use one of the services, let's say they are going for aesthetics and they've been on the website, they've looked at 12 different blogs, they've looked at your before and after plastic surgery page and all of this information. We will be able to see that once they've converted. We'll be able to see that path and that journey, and that revenue will be attributed to those assets. So we will be able to have a clear picture in terms of reporting and understanding what marketing assets, what ads, what blogs, whatever we're doing, is it generating value for the business? We'll be able to see all of that very clearly, which is something I think new and quite unique in this industry. Now, there's obviously a lot more you can do both in HubSpot and in other tools for your campaigns. But in the interest of keeping these videos short and sweet, we will cover that another time. So subscribe if you'd like to see more, and we'll see you around next time.